So, Kimberly, what's happening at Black Girl Sunscreen?
Listen, it's sun season, or we're approaching sun season. So I want to give a shout out to the OG. We've been talking a lot about all the new items, but let's talk about Black Girl Sunscreen, BGS 30, that launched in 2016. At the time, there was nothing like it out there. It truly was groundbreaking. No white cast, formula that just melts into the body, moisturizing, hydrating with ingredients like avocado and cacao and sunflower oil. And this has become part of so many women's daily routine. So we just want to make sure that as everybody gets ready to head back to the beach, head out on vacation, they've got their BGS 30, the Queen, the OG should be in everybody's bag. And then you can supplement it with some of our other new goodies as well.
You took my language right away. Our queen. And that's exactly what she is. I highlight her in every opportunity that I get. She is the motion to the business. And I don't know what I would do without her, to be honest.
Started it all.
Kimberly, we have a Beyonce fan
Yes,
next to
we
us.
do.
Okay. But you know what? Tell us more about her.
Okay, just a little bit. Our special guest today is a powerhouse actress, a storyteller with heart, and a voice that champions authenticity in Hollywood. You've seen her light up the screen in Stargirl, Tall Girl, and beyond, but there's so much more to her than what meets the eye. From breaking barriers to inspiring the next generation, she's making her mark with talent, passion, and purpose. Get ready to dive into her world. Please welcome to the show, Anjelika Washington.
Yay!
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
I love that. Thank you.
You're
That was such a really beautiful introduction.
You're
Thank you.
Isn't it well written? She
Yeah.
does the best intros.
Wow. Thank you so
It was
much.
easy.
That's
It
so
was easy.
kind.
Do you feel like that was you?
I do. It felt very on brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, like, I don't know who that lady is. That's you.
No, yeah. It
It's
felt
you.
like me. It felt like you
Yes.
really captured me. So thank you.
Tell us who you are. Angelika.
I'm a bad bitch. Oh, can I curse? I forgot to ask that ahead of time.
Well, no, you cannot. But
Okay.
if that's how you're describing yourself,
I'm
you're just going to go bleep.
I'm an angel baby, but I curse like a sailor.
Do you? Why
I
is
do.
that?
You know what? Because my dad was in, going back for real. My dad was in the military, so I grew up as I would say military brat, but I didn't grow up on a base or anything like that. And my dad curses and doesn't believe in bad words. So
what happened?
we just be cursing up a storm in our house. We don't curse at each other. We don't cuss
you
at
said
each
he
other.
doesn't believe in bad words?
No, he doesn't. He says there's no such thing as a bad word.
Oh, now it's computing.
Yeah.
So give me an example, but like do a bleep. Like give me a
So like
sentence,
fudge.
Okay.
You know, but
So
the
you
other
can just
word.
say that to your dad?
Yes, we don't cuss at each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
but in
You
conversation.
might be
Like,
like-
that was fudging great, you know? And
Yeah.
then my dad's always like, yeah, it was fudging great.
That's so great.
Okay, so is there any word that you couldn't say?
To my parents? No. And I feel like that's such a blessing, actually.
It really is.
I feel like I can be my full, like, authentic self with my parents, which I feel a lot of people can't do. I didn't really know that, actually, until,
Yeah.
like, I got to high school and you go to people's houses more and then you be meeting their parents. And I'm like, oh, you act real different with your parents, you know? And I didn't know that because
Yeah.
I just say that very humbly and gratefully. I feel very free with my family. And
So you
I love
never
that.
got who you talking to?
Oh, yeah, but that's all tone of voice.
Okay.
So it's not what you say, is how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And so depending on how you say it, and that's why I said we cuss in conversation, but I would never cuss at my mama. Okay? I would never do that. That's a quick shoe. And I like my face and my life. So I'm going to never do that.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah.
So how are you going to do it with your kids if you decide to have kids?
That's a great question. I think when I choose to have kids one day, I think a lot of that will depend on the relationship with my partner and his parents.
Sure.
Or maybe it'll be a her or they. I don't know. I'm open. But for now, I think it will depend on what his
Wait, let's go back.
family
Let's run
values
it
are.
back. You said
It could be a her or a they, but I'm open.
to any.
But I've only ever dated men,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why I'm like,
But
you know,
are we manifesting it right now?
I would love a man. Yeah,
But you just said you were open to her or
I'm totally
they-
open to whatever God has for me.
Okay.
But like, I typically date men, which is a little
So,
unfortunate.
so Angelica, why did you insert her or they?
Because I'm completely open-minded. I believe that love can just show up.
Okay.
And sometimes, I don't want to put a block on anything.
Yeah.
I think I've seen friends of mine like be like, oh my God, I met this woman and she was actually like great. She was like hot and whatever. Like I kind of just look at women right now as like, she's just hot. Not like I want her in that way, but like she's a really beautiful, stunning girl, But I do think like, maybe I could meet a woman and, if she has the masculine energy. I'm attracted to masculine energy. So that's for sure. So like maybe, some of these WNBA. Okay, I'd be looking. I'd be like, now hold on. Now hold the phone. What's going on? And so, I just haven't had the chance to meet them, but I'm open.
You just got to put yourself in the environment. Them games ain't nothing but $18 a ticket.
Okay, Niecy Nash told me, open up your heart.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I'll do that.
Okay.
But I do typically I've only ever dated men.
I had to go back to it because that was something you just glossed over real quick. Can we speak softly? What you got?
Well, I want to talk to you about, your work. You've done some amazing work. So, but there has to, you're still very young. What kind of challenges have you seen so far in your career? And I would love to know the kind of roles that you would like to see more of for Black women.
Specifically for Black women?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll start there. We'll start with the positive first.
Okay.
I think I would love to see Black women be able to just be portrayed without so much hardship. I feel like obviously we all grew up watching like TV and movies, and I feel like I always got to watch white women just be and not have to have like a specific struggle. Like their upbringing was actually just like pretty average. Like they grew up in a middle class family and just went to a regular public school, and like there wasn't this abuse, there wasn't this hardship, there wasn't, all of this craziness sometimes. And obviously that is also real life for a lot of people. But then there's also, other experiences with Black actors and actresses as well. Whereas like I feel like I was just saying, I have a wonderful relationship with my parents, and my dad's extremely present, has always been, I actually grew up with my dad being the stay-at-home dad, and my mom worked more. And so my life is just a little different, and I'd love to see more of that. And I would love to see Black actresses really be celebrated in their love stories.
Aww.
I would really love that. I'm such a rom-com girl. I particularly love like the J-Lo genre of rom-coms. Like I feel like that's its own genre. Like I've just seen them all. And I would love to see I would love to be the Black actress that kind of takes over that rom-com world, where it's just like all of these rom-com movies where it's just like love and finding love in different places. And she is open. Yeah, she's the maid in Manhattan, but who says she can't have the millionaire? Like why not? And so I would love to see more of that.
Well, then on that front, would you also have an interest in maybe writing and directing so that you could bring more of that?
Yeah. So I thank you for that. I'm also a filmmaker. I have never yet, I say yet because I'm working on things, but I haven't yet created anything that I've written myself. Everything that I've created in my filmmaking and my producing process has been things that other people have written. And so, yeah, I definitely do. I have so many ideas, and I'm currently working on lots of projects with different friends and things like that, and that are exactly what I'm saying. They're experiences of Black people where they're just a human existing in a life experience who just happen to be Black. It's not, their entire experience isn't only based on their Blackness. Yeah.
Can you give the listeners 3 tips on how to break into the acting space?
Ooh, okay, yes, I can. I think it's changed a lot, just literally in the last 5 years, like since the pandemic, things have changed a lot. So I would say, first of all, get into some classes, okay? Because there's nothing worse than being the actor, showing up and trying to put yourself out there to auditions and casting directors and not having a foundation of acting, like not knowing the basics and not understanding scenes and knowing how to break down scenes and doing script analysis. Like those things are key. I would say that's number 1, just learn the craft. That's number 1. Number 2, I would say, this makes me feel so LA, but like network, like meet people who are actors, right? Like the best way to get an agent, if you don't have one or you don't know one, is to know people who have agents. And like go take an acting class where you're in rooms with actors who have agents. And then when they see you're so amazing because you've been in classes and you've been working on your craft, then they're going to be like, oh, who's your agent? And you're going to say, I don't have one. And they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so amazing. You know what? I can refer you to my agent. I can refer you to my manager. Or you know what? My friend has an agent and her agent is looking for new Latina actresses, right? Or whatever. So that's the second. Network, build a community. And then number 3, I would say, and I'm working on this, but this is a new tip that I would add because this is something a hard lesson I've had to learn for myself. And that is put yourself out there more on social media, out in the world. It's something that I feel like the actors prior to the pandemic, we were like, I'm mysterious. Like, you don't know anything about my personal life. And I like it that way, you know? And that's who I have been all of this time. And now 2025 is rolling around and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to start sharing more of my life and have to start putting myself out there and like sharing my day to day, but also sharing the process of being an actor. Unfortunately, that's followers does matter these days and engagement does matter. Like all of that stuff really does matter. I say unfortunately because I think it should be solely about the craft, but that's just not what it is anymore. So
I'm going to test your craft for a second.
Okay.
Can you cry on command?
I can.
You going to give us a tear?
No.
Okay.
But the only reason is because my makeup looks really good.
I was thinking that. I was like, she's probably going to
I knew you were going to ask me that. That's why I
No,
so
you didn't.
long.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah, because no one ever asks you to cry on cue if they're not about to tell you to do it. No one ever asks that.
So what can you do on cue that wouldn't make your makeup mess up? That is like outrageous kind of. Ciao.
You know, you got to laugh on cue.
Yeah.
You got to be, you got to be sad. You got to be excited. You got to do all the things. So all the emotions. I feel like we're kind of, as actors, we literally be just selling our emotions.
You know what? Here's the thing about actors that like makes me really nervous. I always told myself I would never date one because I would never know if they're telling the truth and what their true emotions are.
Oh.
Like if you can turn them on and off, like, are you lying to me right now?
That's so valid. I've never thought of it that way. Maybe because I'm an actor, but I always say I would never want to date actors, but because like, in my opinion, male actors are like way more divas than women actors.
We got a game we want to play. Kimberly, can you go ahead and tee it up?
I can. Okay, so we call this yes or nah. So it really
Yes
is that
or
simple.
nah. Okay.
Because I'll give you a word or a phrase and you're
Okay.
like, yeah or no.
Okay.
Okay?
We're going to round table it.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Mhm.
Use a fake name to secure a table at the It restaurant.
Yeah. Yes.
She said that real quick.
Yes.
No, it's a nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm using my name. This Shontay Lundy right here.
Okay, period.
Oh, but maybe you like B-listers, A-listers, so you can't go in with your real government name.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Like I have so many friends who can't give their real name. Like, you have to give an alias.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
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 I'll give a fake
The
name.
fake name?
Sure. Okay.
I want people to know I'm
Wing
in
an
the building.
audition without studying your lines.
Nah. I think it depends what it is. I've definitely done that, but my best auditions are usually when I prepare.
So you don't go off script ever?
Oh no, I
Once
definitely
you get the part.
Yeah,
you
I
go-
definitely ad lib and I'll improv, but like I have to know what's going on in the scene to be able to do that.
to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah,
Sticking to the script.
only for that. But if I'm doing a panel, I'm going off script.
Oh, period. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I might go off script.
Mhm.
If I have a lot of confidence that day. Okay. Appear on a reality TV show.
Today is a nah. Ask me in 10 years, but today it's a nah. Today it's nah.
I just learned this phrase from a previous guest.
Yeah.
It's a heavenly yes.
Period. I think it also depends what it is. Because like dating show, no. But like to get a tattoo? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm a yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Kimmy, speak softly. I call Cap, but okay.
Okay. Walk the red carpet without glam.
I mean, you could Alicia Keys it. So like you could.
And Pam
But for
Anderson.
me, it's going to be a nah because you're just not going to catch me without, my Black Girl sunscreen, without my foundation on top, without my brow. You're not.
I love it.
But also because those Getty images never go away. That's
true.
really what it is. You can go and scroll back and
know.
find Getty images from like years ago. So that's why it's a nah.
Nah.
Okay.
Bonnet on the airplane.
Yes, every time. Them protecting my investment.
Okay.
No.
No. Okay, stay in a 2-star hotel.
Nah.
I'm not going.
I'm not going. Date someone missing a front tooth.
Nah.
Don't. I can't go.
Nah.
I can't entertain that.
Okay.
Sir, like,
Date a person with giant white veneers.
Nah.
they're equal. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nah, me too. Okay. Return an item to the store that the salesperson forgot to scan.
Yes, I've done it.
I don't even know if they scanned it or not. So I'll just be oblivious.
Oh, so you're not gonna?
I'll just be oblivious. They oblivious. I'm oblivious.
Period.
We've got to return the energy.
She said, they don't know, I don't know.
Well, okay. Thinking about it that way, I'm a nah.
I don't know. I don't forget my receipts.
That just
I
changed my answer. Okay. Fake laughing to make people comfortable.
I've done it. So I'm going to say yeah.
Nope.
PDA.
Yeah.
Only if I'm in another country and nobody knows me.
Yes, I'm a yes to PDA. Okay, last one. Themed birthday parties.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I do it. I've done multiple. And they're Beyonce themed. Watch out.
Okay.
Invite me
one
next
this
time. I want to do boots on the ground, please.
Okay, I got
When's
you
your
because I'm
birthday?
doing it again this year.
When's your birthday?
May 15th, and I'll be seeing Beyonce in Chicago.
That's Taurus.
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, but you're going to be in Chicago for your birthday.
Well, I'll be back like during the beginning.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
Send the button.
Yeah,
Shamelessly.
I will.
Shontay Squad. We're going to go. We're going to turn up.
It's
All right.
Beyonce themed. She kind of stole my birthday plans this year, so. That's what it is.
Okay, I am never did it before, but I would. Sure.
I'm a nah. I'm staying at home. You guys have fun. Okay.
Okay. Anjelika, what type of project do you want to work on in the next 3 years?
Ooh, in the next 3 years, I would love to do. It kind of goes two ways. I would love to do like a really gritty drama. That's actually how I started in the industry. The first pilot I ever booked was an Amazon pilot, didn't get picked up, but it was like a darker, grittier character that I don't feel like I've ever had the opportunity to play again since that one time. And that really is what kind of took my career, got me my team, my agent, my manager, all that stuff. And then I went into the comedy world. And so I would love, love, love to lead a comedy. I just feel so ready for that. I feel like it's so in my wheelhouse. And yeah, I would love to do a comedy, and I would love to, I don't know, I'm open to all the character explorations that I could see myself doing, but definitely like I would love to do a comedy right now. I feel like the world really needs comedy right now too.
Laughter.
You know,
For
like
sure.
the world's really kind of dark. And so like the more I could bring that, especially to young Black girls, like I grew up watching Raven and Keke Palmer, and like I want to be that. So
We manifesting that, and that's why I asked you the next 3 years. Okay.
hey, thank you.
You were phenomenal. You were funny. You were all the things that we expected and maybe didn't expect. So thank you for coming and blessing the waves of Shamelessly Shontay. You all are listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Bye.